На лед приглашается сборная команда России. Арбитры Международной федерации хоккея. Главный судья Стефан Кацелло, Стефан Славный. Линейный судьи Passing Evident, Henrik Fidlund. Referees on the game, Stefan Kацелло, Tobias Bentley. Linesman Passing Evident, Henrik Fidlund. All licenses for International Hockey Federation. Стартовые составы играющих команд. Сборная команда России, starting lineup for Team Russia. Вратарь Передов, номер 72 Сергей Павловский. Защитники, Defense, номер 26, номер 26 Вячеслав Володов. Номер 74, номер 74 Алексей Емелин. Нападающие Forwards, номер 63, номер 63 Евгений Данилов. Номер 13, номер 14 Павел Максим.
Latvia and Russia getting set to meet here as our second week as Monday gets going here. Victory Day in Russia, we'll talk about that as this game goes on. And Russia and Latvia getting set to meet here at the Worlds.
Well, and Latvia thought they had a tough schedule coming into this. They opened up with Sweden and then the Czech Republic. Both those games able to pick up points. Overtime to Sweden and a shootout loss to the Czech Republic, but they did have a lead late. Czech Republic had to tie it up, so Russia is the favorite here. They're able to get the offense going in their last game. We'll see if it can continue here against Latvia today.
Latvia 59 seconds away from a victory.
And that would have been a big victory, too, to overcome the Czech Republic, but a very heavily favored Russian crowd here, the home fans expecting their team to perform.
It is a holiday here in Russia, Victory Day, a very big day. Hundreds of thousands of people downtown in Red Square and area, and we'll talk on that as the game goes on as we take a look at Slava Voyanov.
Well, take a look at the coaches. Leonid Bereznev of Latvia and, of course, Ole Sinarak of Russia, the head coach for them. He coached them to a gold in Minsk, Belarus a few years ago in the World Championship.
Jurgensen and Datsuk to face off. Datsuk pulls this back. Pavel Datsuk has had a lot of face-off success so far at this championship in the two games. He won 14 of 19 against the Czech Republic after winning 15 of 21 against Kazakhstan. Through center and sent in by Jurgensen's. Sharp angle chance from the left side. That gets steered wide as a quick wrist shot from Rodrigo Abels. Back for Jurgensen's. The shot never got through, and it ricochets off a leg and back out at center ice. Abels, Jurgensen's. Jurgensen's will play it back into his own end.
Well, this is a newly formed line. Jurgensen's and Dagovins playing with Abels as their old winger, Ronald Kennens, was suspended after a check to the head in that Czech game.
Maya, after a loose puck, it's cleared away from him. And Grasses chases it, comes around the near side boards and cleared out at center ice. Back for it to Lagan, trying to get in there first, negates the icing call. Flip back into the Russian zone, and in for Belarus or for Latvia is Andrasis. Andrasis trying to get it back to Telegan does. Telegan plays it up on the left side. Dodonov is in. And Merlishkins makes his first good save of the afternoon.
Well, Dodonov, good speed wide. He opened up the scoring for Russia the last time they played against Kazakhstan and got their first goal this tournament.
6-0 sends this out at center ice. Comes right back into the Latvian zone, and 6-0 will set it up one more time. Long pass through the middle of the ice, taken by Belov. Belov turned it over, and Redlich with the slap shot, and that went wide. Redlich trying to jam that back to the line, gets cleared out at center ice. Taken and sent into the Latvian zone. And backboard, Sabalskis. Plays it left side out through center ice. Kulda goes in after it. Kulda to the backboards. Slipped away from him. Alexander Burmistrov gets tied up on the far side boards with Pavlovs. And Voyanov will take it for Russia through the middle of the ice. Right side pass for Sirokov. Sirokov to the backboards along with Galvins. And the puck bounces free, and Galvins will get it out into the center ice area.
Well, this is what Latvia wants to do in their previous 2 games, keeping it close. They're in no hurry, no rush. They want to look after their own end, strong defense, and be very opportunistic.
Latvia in a change as the Jurgensen line comes back out. Dogovins deflects this to the Russia line no further. And controlled by Zaitsev. Zaitsev will dish off for Datsuk. Pavel Datsuk on the backhand, lifts it in. Back forward, Jurgensen tries to slip it up the boards, and it's out at center ice. Dogovins after it with Zaitsev, and Zaitsev will get there first. Tried to feed that through for Artemi Panarin, who is in the lineup after getting shaken up.
Well, a little bit of a scary moment there for Russia in their last game as Panarin driving the net, tripped on the goalie and went hard into the boards. Tried to come back. It was during the second period. Eventually did not come out for the third, and then reported it had an MRI. It just showed it ended up being a shoulder bruise, so he was good to go today. So some relief for Team Russia as a very key piece of this team.
Sixta slaps this up the right side. This deflects off a stick and up and out of play.
Well, look at the Donov, had the first good chance, the best chance of this game at ice speed by Telegan as he's coming wide, trying to find some room, but Elvis Merzlikins with a good job closing those pads, paddle down, has that stick on the ice, and comes up with a save. Merzlikins was very good in his first game against Sweden. Shot 44 shots, able to come up with 42 saves.
Zaitsev goes cross ice. Antipin slaps this in. Offside called at the Latvian blue line.
Well, Elvis Merzlikins at one end is a Columbus draft pick, a third-round pick in 2014, and down the ice across from him is the Columbus goalie and Sergei Bobrovsky. I'm not sure, maybe a little bit of competition here before a Columbus camp.
Not sure that Sergei Bobrovsky is that happy with his numbers so far in this tournament.
Well, it's been rough for Bobrovsky. A 301 goals against and an .866 save percentage.
Ivan Telegan will send this in, cleared right back up the boards. Shot from the line doesn't get through. Kalinin tried to get it to the front of the net. And Grasis is there for Latvia, and he'll play it around the boards. Skorkovs goes after it near side, couldn't get it. And Maya with Andrasis. Maya on it for Latvia. Maya to the line, tried to work around Kalinin, could not. And on the loose puck is Burkhardt. Sends it back, long slap shot by Sotnieks. And Bobrovsky makes the save and hangs on.
Well, Sotnieks just a long-range shot. Why not? Sotnieks scored the first goal for Latvia in this tournament. He had a quick snapshot. The defenseman plays for Dinamo Riga of the KHL, like a lot of the other Latvian players. We look at Chapachov. Had a good tournament again. Pick up a couple of assists so far.
Zarins out to take the face off. Zarins wins it. Back at the line. Bukarts lets the shot go. That went wide. In from that right side. Jumping in at the line was Yerofe's. And sends that back into the Russian zone. Russia will control. Long pass intended for Dodonov. Doesn't get through. And that gets sent back in. Bobrovsky will stop it behind his own net. Snaps this up the glass. Panarin couldn't get a hold of it. And out at center ice it goes, but it ended up off the Russian bench.
Sergei Bobrovsky just trying to play this run. I think it catches a stick on the bench. And mentioned Bobrovsky, only 37 games this past season for Columbus Blue Jackets. And of course, the big year, the 2013 year for him when he was able to win the Vezina as the best goalie in the NHL.
Vasevskis and Burmistrov out for this face-off. They tie it up. does come loose, and Plotnikov sends it ahead for Shirokov. Long shot, that went wide. Plotnikov, after it near side, gets a little bit of help there from Burmistrov. Burmistrov tries to work it free, sends it back at the line, and Marchenko unable to hold it in. And Sabalskis plays it for Kulda. Kulda's wrist shot, that went wide, and Shirokov will track it down. Antipin on the loose puck for Russia. Back for Shirokov. Cross ice, Marchenko. And Marchenko will bounce this into the Latvia zone. Cleared through center ice by Galvins, no further. And Russia right back in. Datsuk played it to the front of the net. Back for Daugavins. Kasper Daugavins goes wide. Penalty coming up on the play, and it will be going to Latvia.
Well, first penalty of this game, and a good chance here for Russia. As they had 3 power play goals. Their power play struggled in the first game. It's going to be Guntis Galvins that's going to head to the penalty box. Runs a little bit of interference on Dodonov as Dodonov trying to back check and get into the play. Daugavins and Rezhnevs, the head coach of Latvia, looking for his team that's been very good on the penalty kill so far in this tournament. They have killed 8 of 9 penalties against them, and the Russian power play 3 for 8. All 3 of those goals in their last game against Kazakhstan will try and go to work. Take their time here, the face-off. A lot of delay. We're used to the NHL where they speed it up. Here it's quite the opposite.
Pavel Datsuk wins the face-off. Anton Belov, what a game he had yesterday against Kazakhstan. To the front of the net, a redirect. And the save there by Merzlikins, and he'll hang on to it.
Well, Mosiak, big part of the power play, had 6 goals in the tournament, 12 points last year, and he's just trying to fire this. Lubinov standing in front. Lubinov has a pair of goals already, but look at the 35-year-old veteran Mosiakin. Another good year in the KHL where he led the league in points with 67.
Zarins pulled that face-off back, controlled by Latvia, and slapped off the boards and down the ice by Redlich. Belov back for Russia, and Belov for Datsuk. Pavel Datsuk through center. Datsuk slows it down on the Russian power play. Plays for Mosiakin, and Mosiakin missed it. Comes out at center ice, and Belov has to backtrack.
Mosiakin was just trying to look for a place to pass that. As he did, the puck went by him.
Merzlikins gets a piece of that. Sent around the boards by Sorokovs, and back to the Russian line. Datsuk carries it right back in. Power play with 1:08. Scoreless game, Russia and Latvia. Datsuk plays it to the goal line. Dodonov tried to get that cross ice for Mosiakin, and again Mosiakin mishandled it.
While they're looking for that shot from Mosiakin, it's either him or Panarin. Kind of 2 options they like to set off that backside for the one-timer. As Dodonov looking for that cross-seam pass. And watch Russia on the power play. That's a big part of it, is trying to open up those seams in the middle, find an area to make that pass where they can find the one-timer off the backside.
Latvia has killed 8 of 9 so far in this tournament, and 55 seconds away from adding to that if they could be successful. Jurgensen's almost stole it from Bobrovsky. Here comes Panarin. Drops it back, sent in deep by Boyanov. Boyanov after it. Russia's defense corps very involved. You look at the last game, shots on goal. Belov had 7, Boyanov had 6, Chudinov had 5.
A lot of their offense came from there, particularly Belov has that big shot, a pair of goals and a pair of assists in that game against Kazakhstan.
Panarin works it in on that far corner. Dodonov circling in the high slot. Pass back for Boyanov, cross ice, Chudinov, and the rebound, and Merzlikins with a real good save in tight. Skorkovs plays this around the boards. Redlich has it bounce on him. Power play is over. Cross ice pass, and Sapachov couldn't get a shot away. Panarin plays this back for Sapachov. Sapachov is watched on the play by Galvins. Galvins gives him a bump. Panarin tried to work it away from Galvins. Panarin plays behind the net for Plotnikov. Plotnikov, good work behind the net, drives it to the front of the net. Merzlikins is down. Backhand shot by Marchenko as he jumped in from the line. Plotnikov plays it into the corner, back for Zaitsev, and Zaitsev's shot goes wide. Marchenko is in from the line.
There's been a lot of work by Plotnikov, just that size down low, and looked like there might have been a holding penalty that Latvia got away with.
Chance there for Burmistrov, and Merzlikins with the save. Burmistrov on it again. Burmistrov, Panarin, and Merzlikins gets the glove out, makes the save, and hangs on. Scoreless here in period one.
Some more big saves from Elvis Merzlikins, the netminder here for Latvia. As Russia on the power play had some chances, created them around the net. Plotnikov, after it was over, with a nice little play. Power move from behind the goal line, and Dadonov had a couple of real good chances. And Merzlikins, who was excellent against Sweden, has been very good here again. He's kept us at a scoreless game.
Face-off win for Russia. Merzlikins left pad save. And Latvia. Skorkovs plays it deep, goes in after it. And Drasis tries to get it back for Skorkovs. Kalinin breaks it up. And Lubomov will get it out at center ice. Here comes Telegin. Ivan Telegin puts on the brakes. Telegin dished it off for Lubomov. He had Kalinin in front. Lubomov back for Kalinin. Kalinin gets rubbed out there by Maya. Skorkovs to the line, but not out. And a chance in tight. And that one over top the net as Lubomov had the opportunity.
Well, Lubomov, a real good chance. Just a little too much underneath as he elevated that puck, trying to look for some room up top. Giving up a pair of goals last game against Kazakhstan.
Chudinov for Belov, and Belov will send it in. Big Karam off the backboards. And Latvia there to cover up and clear. Galvins looking for Girgensons. Now Galvins throws it wide. Sixna lets the shot go. That went wide and taken by Mozyakin. His pass out at center, nowhere near Panarin. And Dogovins takes it for Latvia.
Well, Latvia trying to get a few shots. 7-3 shots in favor of Russia right now at this point in the game.
Dogovins plays that through for Abels. He couldn't get anywhere. Boyanov plays it around for Yemelin. Yemelin through the middle. Plotnikov, his lead pass got intercepted. Grabbed off Burmistrov. Gets it inside the Latvia line, but not much further. Shirokov trying to come up with it. Plotnikov dropped it back, but Yemelin couldn't hang on to it. Cleared in, and icing waved off. Savalskas plays it around the boards. Snapped up by Zaitsev, and that misses everyone. Icing against Russia.
Merzlikins, the busier of the two, and one of his best saves comes off the Russia power play. Dadonov trying to get it. And, a little bit of luck, but it's a nice save. You try and save it with any piece of equipment you can. And Merzlikins used the top of his stick. Another nice one as it's a screen shot by Chudinov at the point, and then good chance for Lubomov in front, looking for some room to that top blocker side, but it's high and over the net.
Bobrovsky, right pad save right off the face-off. And Plotnikov will send this in. Zarins and Plotnikov to the backboards. Antipin trying to hold it in, does. Back for Plotnikov, centers, off a skate. And Merzlikins will jump on it and hang on.
Another good chance for Russia. Look at Vadim Shapachov for Russia. Zarin's not happy. Took a hit from Plotnikov, lost his helmet. Some words for the ref is there's a lead by Plotnikov out front. Shapachov tries to get that past Merzlikins. As there's a look at that hit by Plotnikov. And Zarin's still giving the ref his thoughts on the play.
Usually when the helmet comes off,
yeah, there's usually a call that follows.
Chudinov, bouncing puck, and Latvia out at center ice, on and off a stick, and Dodonov trying to start back with that lead pass, trying to find Panarin. Sapachov off a stick, Belov follows up. Dodonov for Artemi Panarin, and Merzlikins another save. Dogovins plays this off the boards, and Belov with a swing and a miss.
Seen this kind of before with Latvia. We talked about it, staying close, good goaltending keeps them in, and it seems like they have that ability in the third period, although you don't want to wait that long before finding some offense.
Sabalskis trying to find some room at center, could not. Telegan plays this back in, and Sixna is there for Latvia. Sixna starts the attack, deflected by Andrasis. After it is Maya. Dmitry Kalinin gets there first for Alexei Yemelin. And back out at center ice. Yerofeys plays this back in for Sotnieks. And another line change here for Latvia. Sotnieks, cross ice. Pass for Kulda failed to materialize, and Sotnieks will try it again. After it is Kulda. And finally taking it is Zaitsev for Marchenko. Alexei Marchenko says Russia sends it in. After it, Mozyakin. No score here, opening period. Grabbed off in the steal. Pavlovs takes it wide. Pavlovs being watched by Alexei Yemelin. Pavlov stays on it. Off a skate. After it is Kulda. But getting there first is Boyanov. Boyanov turned it over. And a slap shot from Galvins went over top the net.
Must have been a rolling puck really high and wide by Galvins off the Boyanov turnover.
Redlich, who had that go-ahead goal late, only to have the Czech Republic come back and tie it. Redlich threw that to the front of the net. Mozyakin picks it off and starts back. Mozyakin gets triple teamed on that far side.
It's like 7 Russian players on the ice, but no call.
Wow.
You can see Berezhnevs, of the head coach for Latvia, very upset. There was at least 6 guys standing on that ice for probably 5 seconds.
And playing the puck. Shirokov trying to find some space against Abels. Shirokov back at the line. One-timer from Belov, and Merzlikins got a piece of it.
Look at that big shot Belov has from the point.
Shirokov. Battle in the corner there with Dogovins. Dogovins knocked him down. And Abels. And he'll get rubbed out. Burmistrov plays it back into his own zone. Chudinov is after it. Chudinov and Sapachov run into each other. Sapachov with a quick wrist shot wide. Zaitsev waits for it. Zaitsev, left point. Antipin shot right on. Another save, Merzlikins.
Antipin had Panarin coming through that slot wide open. Took the shot, which is never a bad play. Had a couple of his own teammates in front that just couldn't get a handle on the rebound. As Merzlikins was able to kick that out of harm's way.
Antipin back behind his own net. Kalinin will send it in. Telegan goes in after it. Telegan and Galvins to the backboards. Maya sends it around for Sabolskis. He overskates it. Lubomov for Telegan. Ivan Telegan, short side chance. Merzlikins down. It bounces to the corner. Lubomov gets rubbed out. Centered by Telegan and grabbed off by Galvins.
Real good defensive positioning by Galvins in front.
And Grassus takes it to the net. Bobrovsky makes the save. And Bobrovsky will hang on to it. 3.5 left in a scoreless first period.
Well, it's mainly been Russia on the offense here. A chance for Latvia late, right before the break, as Andrasis with a rush. And during that little bit of break, the Latvian coaches had a discussion with a few of the officials. As linesmen can call too many men, Russia did get away. They clearly had 6 guys on the ice playing the puck. He was right in front of their bench, but no call was made as Latvia has yet to go to the power play. Russia's had 1 power play opportunity.
Zarins out for that face-off with Latvia. Marchenko out to center looking for Datsuk. That failed to work. And Marchenko will set it up again. Plays it for Zaitsev.
Well, Zaitsev looking to get offensive. Recently signed with the Toronto Maple Leafs on a 1-year deal.
Yerofey bounces this out at center. And sent into the Russian zone by Redlich. Datsuk. Back for Marchenko and back for Pavel Datsuk.
Well, Russia's seem to be playing a lot better together. That first game, they were just out of sync, but since then, especially in this game, they've given up 7 goals now in the first 2 games of this tournament, but seem a lot better and a lot more poised defensively.
Belov. And this will be icing against Russia.
Say that, and then I see that pass, but Oleg Snarak here has his team in a little better order maybe for this game. This is the too many men. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 just in that little area. And Russia's playing the puck. That's why there might have been 7, as another one might have been out of the picture. But clearly too many men, and Oleg Snarak knows his team got away with one there. There was no call on the ice.
Belov plays it off the boards. Sabolkas tried to hold it in, could not. Back in now, Skorkovs. Slap shot wide, short side, and off the dasher board and out of play.
Well, a few shots that Latvia's been able to put to net. Some have been wide, but Skorkovs is just going to come down that wing and let this one go. He's got a lot of room, and Bobrovsky able to get that right arm on it, deflect it up and out of play. Look at the fans here. Very exciting day. It's victory day. They have a hockey game to celebrate.
Skorkov stopped at the side of the net. Boyanov for Panarin. Dodonov. Supachov. And save made by Merzlikins.
Well, a nice move by Supachov at the line. It's just going to go inside out and find a little bit of room, but the shot right on Merzlikins comes out challenged. Good rebound control as he's able to hang on to that one. Merzlikins has played a couple World Junior Championships back 2012 and 2013. Played this last season in Lugano of the Swiss League. 46 games played there.
Marchenko at the line. The shot got stopped. Redlich plays it through. Redlich in on goal, and he slipped it wide. Antipin in behind his own net. Final 2 minutes here of period number 1. Antipin stopped at center ice by Abels. Jurgensen's had to get away from him, and Dadonov is there for Panarin. And Panarin with a little bit of room, but not much. Dadonov waits for it, tried to slap it around the boards, it got blocked. Abels back for Latvia. And he'll get rubbed out by Chudinov. Doggovins. Kasper Doggovins away from Panarin. Centered. Loose puck. And Abel's got a whack at it. Sabalskas from the line, and Bobrovsky will hang on to it.
Top line of Latvia trying to create a chance as Doggovins out back. Here's a nice block by Latvia. A real good play. Sliding out was Robert Bukarts, and then Redlich goes the other way. Nice rush, but it's Dadonov with a nice defensive play. Skates with it, doesn't allow Redlich that angle to the net. Look at Redlich, that one goal, and you mentioned it, Dennis, came late in that game against the Czech Republic that put them up 3-2. They just couldn't hang on to that lead.
Belov to Lagan, deflected out at center ice. Final minute of period 1. Maya puts that to the line no further. Skorkovs will leave it. Sorokovs chips it deep. Zaitsev back for Russia for Belov. Belov's pass blocked by the referee. Belov has it again. Delagan. Kalinin. In for Lubomov, and the wrist shot by Lubomov snared by Merzlikins.
Nice save by Merzlikins as Lubomov. So a bit of a long-range shot, but a nice breakout is Delagan to Kalinin, quickly to Lubomov, and he uses a defenseman as a screen. Merzlikins goes right to the splits. That looks like it hurts to me, but he comes up with the big save and keeps this a scoreless game. Another game going on. Canada's taken a 1-0 lead over Belarus as Derek Brassard has scored for them.
Datsuk wins another face-off. Yemelin plays it down low. Out at center ice. Dying seconds of period 1. Yemelin lead pass. Almost gets Dadonov in behind everybody. Sotnieks will backhand this in. Yemelin to the backboards with Girgensson. And period 1 will come to an end.
Well, it was a good period for Russia, except they couldn't find the back of the net. But they have to stick with the plan. That's the trick for Russia, not to let frustration come in and play as well as they can again in period 2.
Чемпионата мира по хоккею 2016 между сборными командами Латвии и сборной командой России.
No score, second period about to get underway. Shane, we look at the ice times, and I guess so much for Artemi Panarin maybe being a little bit banged up.
Well, yeah, maybe Oleg Snarok thought he's well rested because he did lead everyone on the Russian team. So the forward played 7 minutes and 8 seconds. On the other side, this guy who has led them a lot, Alexander Yerofeyevs, he played 7:25, the defenseman for Latvia. So some ice time there, and Panarin, they're looking for him to get right back in it as relief when they found out he was good to go and not more severely injured.
This game still looking for its first goal. Latvia and Russia. Latvia a couple of extra time games. Sorokovs tried to play that up the boards. Datsuk after Galvin's pair of 13s. Datsuk's on the loose puck. Pavel Datsuk plays it down. Shot, score! Artemi Panarin gets that one through the netminder.
Just talking, most ice time, the coach wants to get him on, and with good reason. After a fantastic rookie year with Chicago in the NHL, Artemi Panarin gets off to the side and makes it happen. A nice feed from the point. Datsuk Panarin, he drops down to that one knee, and the one-timer finds its way past Elvis Merzlikins, who was perfect in period number 1, and Russia now on the board as they lead this game 1-0. Panarin's first of the tournament, and that shoulder seems to be all right as he's able to let that shot go and score a goal.
An assist for Pavel Datsuk with that nice pass. Kalinin and Maya to do the face-off honors. Chudinov plays this ahead. Lupinov is after it. So Artemi Panarin has Russia in front 1-0. Pass for Ivan Telegin, that got blocked. Maya gives chase for Latvia, takes his man down, and Latvia is going to be shorthanded. Telegin tried the wrap around, and Merzlikins got that left pad down, and a holding call coming to Maya.
Well, just over a minute into period 2, not what Latvia was looking for a start. A quick goal by Russia, and now a penalty as Maya's going to wrap up Telegin. That free hand. Anytime you take that bottom hand off your stick, reach out and grab. So a penalty now to Latvia. This is the second power play of the game, and Russia's power play will try and go to work. Look at Maya as he'll sit down. Panarin right back on the ice for Russia here for that first unit on the power play.
Russia 3 for 9 with the man advantage. Latvia has killed 9 of 10 in the tournament. Merzlikins played it up the boards. Sapachov, as Russia's power play goes to work. Panarin. Chudinov slides it cross ice, gets it back from Voinov. Panarin. Voinov creeping in. Sapachov was going to get it to him. Elects to go to Panarin. Now for Voinov. Chudinov slap shot, and Merzlikins with a real good glove save.
Very good glove save. Chudinov gets all of that one too. He's looking to the glove side as Voinov just going to lay this in there. Sets up the one-timer, and Merzlikins again goes to those splits. Oh, unlike Jonathan Quick when he makes that save. Spread right out and all 6'3" there, post to post, and flashes the glove.
Face-off win Russia with Sapachov. Panarin. Sapachov. Back for Artemi Panarin. Back for Sapachov. Oh, back for Panarin. That just got tipped. As Uribe just got enough of it where it was going to be in Panarin's wheelhouse. Voinov. Sapachov tries to go high short side. It got blocked, and Latvia will clear. Chudinov will go back and set up the power play. 58 seconds left in the man advantage. Datsuk, and he'll circle back.
Latvia's penalty kill really has been good in this tournament. As you were saying, 90% so far, killing the 9 of 10. And keeping things to the outside.
Lyubimov takes this wide. Lyubimov, he'll drop it back for Datsuk. Belov at the line. Belov with the 4-point game yesterday against Kazakhstan. Lyubimov off the backboards for Mozyakin. Mozyakin back for Belov. Cross ice Datsuk. Lubomov back to the front of the net. Datsuk the shot. That got blocked by Sabalskis. Kept in by Belov. Lubomov tied up with Sabalskis. Datsuk is on it, and Latvia has killed another one. Datsuk, quick shot. Sabalskis kicked that away. Side of the net there, chance for Mosiakin. Couldn't get enough of it. Mosiakin now bumped off the puck, gets knocked down. Maya tried to clear, could not. Antipin gets it for Zaitsev and a redirect, and that just went wide.
Good play by Zaitsev, just getting to the outside, able to get that shot through, and Lubinov was in front with the redirect, but he redirects it wide. We're gonna have another power play here for Russia. Is this gonna be too many men to Latvia?
Boy, that's gonna sting a little.
I'm sure if that's the call, or if it's just an icing. Linesman's going over and waiting to see is still some discussion going on.
Coach Bereznev is still just giving it to the referees. That goes back to that too many men on the ice that was not called in the opening period.
It's not going to be a too many men called to Latvia. It's just an icing call I didn't think was icing, and now they got to get the proper guys back on. Dogovins hops the boards and will line up for this face-off.
Next up for Latvia, Switzerland on Wednesday. And for Russia, they get a couple of days off now after this game. They will play Denmark on Thursday. Plotnikov tries to work it off the backboards. Off a stick, Sabalskis pass didn't work. Shot by Shirokov, and that got kicked away. Back for Dogovins. Kaspers Dogovins plays it for Sabalskis. Gets to center and sends it in. As Latvia looks to spend a little more time in the Russian end of the ice. Good hit there as Zarins ran into his man. That was Marchenko. Dogovin stops Shirokov. And he'll play it back for Zaitsev. Nikita Zaitsev crosses the line, takes it wide, forced around the net by Sorokovs. Zaitsev drops it back to Donov. Plays it for Sapachov, quick centering pass, and that's deflected away by Sorokovs. And this will be icing against Latvia.
Elvis Merzlikins has been key. One finally gets by him here early in the second, but stopped all 13 his way in that first period. Flashes the glove on Zaitsev from the point. Just comes out, real good save. Has that flexibility. Another one as Lubinov rushed up the ice. Chudinov with a shot. Glove side's working as they're trying to get one by. It was eventually Panarin who's able to slide one underneath 5-hole. They want to stay away from the glove side.
Sent around the boards. Kulda after it for Latvia. Couldn't pick it up. Back in. Sapachev is after it. And Sotnieks is there. Sotnieks plays it for Kulda. He'll deflect it. And back for it, Artemi Panarin. Panarin off the boards, out at center. And Dadonov at the line. That's whistled down offside.
Look at Evgeny Dadonov. Has a goal and an assist so far in this tournament. Plays for SKA St. Petersburg. 23 goals, 23 assists this past season. His third world championship for Dadonov. Not big in size, originally a Florida draft pick back in 2007. 5'10", 185 pounds.
Telegan takes it wide. Ivan Telegan throws it to the front of the net. Bounces around. And it got scooped away. Sixna. Dogovins. And Dogovins got stopped there by Anton Belov. Abels couldn't pick up that pass. And Chudinov plays it back for Belov. 1-0 Russia. Telegan. Ivan Telegan curls in the Latvian zone. Back for Dmitry Kalinin. Gets away from him, and that allows Girgensons to get it to center. Abel's trying to find Dogovins, and that failed to work. Long lead pass, Faves gets it for Girgensson. Save on the short side, Bobrovsky. Skorkovs trying to work it free for Latvia. The lead pass, but way offside as Dodonov was well inside that line.
Well, Girgensson gets a shot away, and that's Latvia's first shot here in the second period. Pavel Datsyuk doing what he does good, circling the zone. Nice little feed. This is the goal. Artemi Panarin has Russia up 1-0, but a good play by Datsyuk as he picks up his third assist in this tournament. Captain for Russia, the 37-year-old. Speaking of captains, the other game going on, Canada-Belarus. Corey Perry has put one in to put Canada up 2-0.
Boy, still lots of discussion in this game with the referees.
Now it's about tie down. Sure. Sabalkis is over at the bench. Very animated. It's like the Latvian coaches are doing themselves any favors. It's like they're going to have to tape down the jersey here for the tie down. The residents maybe starting to cool down, giving some of that responsibility to his assistant to have the conversation.
Referee Tobias Worley is the referee that has been involved in a lot of discussions with that Latvian bench. Voyanov for Datsyuk, up for Dodonov. He'll come near side, Mosiakin, slap shot. There's that glove again as Merzlikins snares it. Goal by Artemi Panarin as Russia up 1-0.
Nothing here for Russia. We're keeping updates in the other game. Canada now up 3-0 as Ryan O'Reilly, after Corey Perry scored, he adds one, so Canada comfortable lead over Belarus. And here Latvia doing what they do, they hang on as Russia's taken most of the play, just one shot this period by Latvia. That gives them a total of 8. It's been mainly in the Latvian zone as they have taken a penalty and given up an early goal to Russia.
Latvia was down 2-0 to the Czech Republic after one. Down one going to the third. There's another save by Merzlikins. And then they tied it up. They went ahead. And then the Czech Republic did come back and eventually won it in a shootout.
In Sweden, it was the defenseman Sotnieks who scored in the third to tie it up at 1 and push that game with Sweden to overtime before Nyquist would end it with a goal.
Marchenko leads the attack for Russia. And that long pass misses everyone. This will be icing against Russia.
Sergei Plotnikov, he tried a year over in the NHL, split between Pittsburgh and Arizona. Didn't go as planned, just 32 games. Look at Oleg Snarak. He's the head coach here for Russia after Sochi, the disappointment they had there. Will help him out. 3-time KHL Coach of the Year, 2010, 2012, and 13.
Face-off win for Latvia. Sotnieks. Kulda goes after it in the corner. Edgars Kulda, the former Edmonton Oil King, gets bumped off the puck. And Burmistrov there to take it for Russia. A long pass on that right side failed to materialize as Marchenko tried to spring that up for Panarin on the right side. Marchenko back in the battle in the corner, and Burmistrov for Antipin. Antipin Plays it deep, and Russia will change. Sotnieks tied up. Sapachov score. Dadonov 2-0 Russia.
Solid puck movement. It all starts. Panarin gets in on the forecheck, and a little bit of a soft play by the defenseman Sotniek of Latvia. He can't get it by Panarin, but Dadonov able to pick up the second goal of this hockey game, the second for him in this tournament. Here's the play where Panarin just takes away the wall, and there's 3 Latvian players watching it. He just centers it to Sapachov, who has a great vision here. And for Merzlikins, tough play. He thinks it's going to be a quick shot. No. Sapachov able to spot Dadonov off the backside. A nice passing play leads to the second Russian goal as Panarin, Sapachov, and Dadonov combine for a beauty.
Too many Latvian players behind their net.
Too much puck watching. Maybe do it. Head check to make sure no one's behind you.
Callens plays this down the ice, and icing will be the call against Latvia.
It seems like Russia's gaining confidence and a little bit of chemistry here as the tournament goes on, as most teams look to do. They look to get better every game. Look at Voyanov, and there's Merzlikins, who's definitely left out on that one. Not much help from his defense. No chance on that backdoor play to Dadonov.
So a goal and an assist for Artemi Panarin in this game, as he got one through Merzlikins. I guess when you score 30 in the NHL, you do have an act to score.
And not only that, put up points. And he has played with Dadonov and Sapachov before in this tournament, so those 3, and it's going to be a penalty to Russia.
A turnover, but the penalty was going to be called. It was a tripping call.
Yeah, Ivan Telegin's going to enter the box for Russia. So Latvia gets their first power play of this game, and if there has been a weak spot so far in this tournament for Russia, it has been their penalty kill. It has struggled. They've only killed 5 of 9. They've allowed 4 power play goals against. Latvia does have a pair of power play goals. They're 2 for 9 so far through their first 2 games. And see if Oleg Narak was able to correct some of their shorthanded situations.
And again, a delay before this puck gets dropped, as the linesman starts directing traffic from the backside.
Well, Zarins is a little slow to go out. Looks like Redwoods will come in and take the draw.
Alexander Burmistrov will take it for Russia. He comes out on the penalty kill. Zarins plays it back at the line. Sotnieks sends it for Bukarts. Back for Sotnieks. And now back for Bukarts. Power play for Latvia. Zarins back for Bukarts. Redlich is in front. Sotnieks and Sabalskis, the point men. Sotnieks for Sabalskis. Down for Zarins. And Bukarts. Sotnieks slap shot. Whistled it wide. Sabalskis. Redlich back for Sotnieks. And Burmistrov went down and blocked that shot. Sabalskis plays that to the goal line for Zarins. Back for Sabalskis. Sotnieks. Bukarts. And they move it around, but they move it around on the outside.
Well, that's the key. Big ice. Russia here doing a good job. Just leave it to the outside. The shots can come from there. Your goalie has to make some saves.
Zarins plays it for Bukarts. Sotnieks, and Bobrovsky makes the save on the short side.
Burmistrov tried to slide in front of that one a little late, getting into the shot lane, and Bobrovsky has to come out to challenge on this one. Is working that puck around, and Bukarts is going to find Sotnieks, who slips in from the point and lets the blast go, but Bobrovsky adjusts the right way and able to come up with the save on Sotnieks' slap shot.
Latvia 22% on the power play in the tournament. A couple power play goals for them. Dogovins back to the line. Sorokovs plays this deep. Dogovins gets it back. Dogovins, and his wrist shot went high. 25 seconds left in the man advantage for Latvia. Dogovins lets the shot go. That got blocked. Girgensons was right in front of the net where he normally parks himself on the power play. Sorokovs down for Girgensson. Dogovin back to the line. Galvin lets the shot go. That got blocked. Power play is over. Telegan is out. Bouncing puck, that goes wide. Dogovins trying to control and knocked away from him, and Telegan is after it. Can't get it out. Galvins, his shot got blocked.
Russia getting themselves in trouble. They just need to find a way. Someone's got to grab that puck and clear the zone. They had a couple opportunities to get it out. They just were unable to, and now finally.
Voinov, left side, Kalinin in with Telegan. Telegan takes the pass. Dodonov twisting and turning. Dodonov with the Russian goal here in the second period. Holds it in. Sapachev finds Panarin. Panarin trying to get away from Girgensson. Back for Antipin. Pinned to the boards by Sixna, but Sapachev is on it. Sapachev, cross ice Panarin. It was too hard for him to handle. Panarin, back for Antipin, back for Panarin. Panarin throws it to the net, a redirect. And grabbed and held.
This great puck movement. These three guys move the puck so well together. Dodonov, Sapachev, Panarin, the support by bringing the puck. The fans enjoying that shift. A little play, and this is an example of the goal that shows how well. And they are gotten better every game. Played together before, but sometimes in this tournament, they're able to celebrate that goal. Real good puck movement, real good kind of knowing where one another are on the ice.
Shot by Burmistrov, blocker save, Merzlikins. Maya plays it around the board. Zaitsev is there. Zaitsev throws it to the short side. Merzlikins another save. Pavlovs sends this in on Bobrovsky, and with Skorkovs coming in, Bobrovsky is going to hang on to it.
Well, Bobrovsky, no chances. He'll take the whistles here. He's been better as you look at Skorkovs, and the Latvian fans waiting to cheer for something. And they're used to this. Their team has been down in both the games they've played previously, but have found a way to come back and tie both of them. Russian fans a little more excited in this moment as Russia's played a very good game. Just a little over halfway through this one.
3 points for Russia in the tournament and 2 points for Latvia on those 2 extra time losses. Centered out front, and Bobrovsky makes his best save of the hockey game.
Quick puck movement, and it's Abels in front who had a great chance.
Mosiakin, Panarin, and a save made. Merzlikins. Panarin, cross ice pass picked off. Dogovins checked, and Datsuk with a quick shot, save made.
Datsuk's so quick with that stick, and won't pick up the Selke awards like he did without having that ability to be a strong defensive forward. A great stick check on Dogovins after a great chance by Mosiakin, but Elvis Merzlikins with a couple of big saves.
Cleared around the boards, Redlich. Pinned to the backboards by Belov. Gets some help now from Zarins. Back for Redlich. Redlich gets bumped. Kalinin plays it up the boards, and almost a break for Telegan. Merzlikins hangs onto it. 2-0 Russia here in the second.
celebrating here, both the hockey game and Victory Day, a holiday in Russia, a massive holiday for them. A couple of chances for Russia. Panarin and Datsuk with a chance. The other end, Bobrovsky with his biggest save as Rodrigo Abels had a good chance to get Latvia on the board.
Red Square very busy today. There was a flyby 71 aircraft to celebrate the 71st anniversary of the victory over Germany. Kalinin fanned on it. Boyanov slap shot stopped. Kalinin plays it down for Telegan, and he's stripped of the puck. And Sabauskas has this get away from him. And a penalty coming up on the play to Russia.
Player down as Alexei Yemelin steps up. I'm not sure. This is right below us, whether he stuck a leg out or not. Yemelin, a very physical player for the Montreal Canadiens. And it's Andrasis that comes up, and they go knee on knee. I don't think he stuck it out. It's just the way they caught, and Andrasis still down on the ice. Yemelin does lead with that leg as he cuts back to step up. So Andrasis still down, and we'll wait and see exactly the call. Is it going to be just a tripping on Yemelin? And Latvia, the power play here with a real good chance to get them back in this one. Whereas Lickens kept it at just a 2-0 game. Andrasis has to be helped off the ice, and he's going to go right back down the tunnel for Latvia. Conversation, we'll see. Wow, Yemelin is done. Pavel Datsuk now will. It's a 5-minute call here to Alexei Yemelin. So the Russians now, their penalty kill, which has not been the best, they killed one in this game. I'm probably going to call this a kneeing. We saw Ronald Kennens with a headshot. He got suspended, so every 5 minutes we'll wait to see what happens to the fate of Alexei Yemelin. There's the call.
The referee Stefan Fonselius of Finland. So it's a 5-minute penalty.
5 for tripping in a game. Oleg Narak, they're already short a couple skaters on Russia. They have some spots open now. 3 skaters as Yemelin's night's done, and the penalty kill for Russia has a big challenge ahead of them. 6:32 left in this period, and 5 of it will be shorthanded.
So Latvia down a couple, and what an opportunity to get themselves back in this game. Dogovins back for Galvins. Cross ice. Sorokov's with the slap shot wide. And that caroms up and leaves the playing surface.
Sorokov's got all that one. He's saying, I think Bobrovsky made a save on this. And it went off Bobrovsky, or no, they're saying no, it didn't. So that's the argument Latvia's had. They've been discussing with the officials all night about one thing or another. Face-off is going to come outside the zone, so the argument won't work.
Ivan Telegan spent some time in the Atlanta Winnipeg organization. Galvins, as the power play for Latvia goes back to work. Abels plays it for Dogovins. Good play at the line to hold it in by Galvins. Dogovins back for Galvins. Sorokov's took a shot, bit of a knuckler as it went off the toe of his stick and went up high. Back for Galvins. Abels plays it for Dogovins. Sorokov's in the slot. Abels the shot, and Sergei Bobrovsky with a real good save. Dogovins checked there by Chudinov, and then Girgensons is on it. Back for Sorokov's and back for Girgensons. Backside. And how did that not go in?
Dogovins just didn't get out enough. He caught the side of the net as he had the whole net to shoot at. Beloff dove back. Maybe that helped.
Galvin's back for Dogovins. Telegan trying to stay with Galvins. Galvins misfires. Gets it back. Abels. Slap shot. And Bobrovsky with the glove save.
As for Dogovins, knows he had a great opportunity to get his team a great feed by Abels, and as he steps out, Anton Beloff comes back. The Latvian fans thought they had one, and the disappointment as he doesn't get it on net, he just catches the side. So the captain for Latvia, who's yet to score in this tournament after last year, great success, 5 goals in 7 games, yet to find the back of the net.
8th Worlds for Dogovins. Sotnieks will chase this back. Sotnieks, Bukarts. 3 minutes left in the major penalty to Alexei Yemelin. Bobrovsky will play that away. And Sotnieks has to go back. Here comes Redlich. Against Zaitsev. Zaitsev ties him up and takes him down. And cleared out into the center ice area by Plotnikov. Back in Sabalskis. Plays it for Zarins. Zarins plays it behind for Bukarts. Redlich is in front. Zarins being watched by Marchenko. Slap shot, save, rebound, off the side of the net. Bukarts didn't get enough of it.
2 great chances now for Latvia, and they haven't been able to capitalize.
Sotnieks cross ice, nice pass from Bukarts for Sabalskis, and he misfired. Back to Sotnieks, Bobrovsky to save, rebound, Bobrovsky to save. Held in by Sabalskis for Zarins. Back for Redlich, Sotnieks, Bukarts. Power play for Latvia, and that got stopped in front and cleared down the ice by Marchenko.
Sergei Bobrovsky has been big here on the penalty kill for Russia. Some key stops.
Dogovins tripped up by Voyanov. It's going to be 5-on-3 for Latvia.
And they're going to need more of Bobrovsky. It'll be a lengthy 5-on-3. 1:15 still to the 5-minute call on Yemelin. Now Vyacheslav Voyanov is going to head as Dogovins cuts to the inside. The stick of Voyanov just gets into the feet of Dogovins. So Latvia, big opportunity now after a couple real good ones on the power play. This time it's Bukarts, and it's a save by Bobrovsky. He gets back with his stick. He has been fantastic with a highlight reel save off Bukarts. Fans cheering on the netminder for Russia as he has been fantastic. After not the start he'd won in the first 2 games, 6 goals against, he has stopped everything that has come his way in this game against Latvia.
Bukarts maybe didn't get as much on that as he would have liked, but you're right. Big save by Bobrovsky.
Well, he's been quiet for a lot of this game, and now here in the second half of this second period, seeing a lot of pucks his way.
1:15 on a 5-on-3. And the puck not dropped fairly.
The other game, Canada now up 5-0. And they chased the Canadian goaltender that plays for Belarus. Kevin Land out of the net.
So are they going to readjust the clock? Yes, they do. Face-off win by Sapachev, and a good job by Galvins to hold that in.
That's a key play by Galvins.
Sorokovs for Galvins. Plays it to the goal line. Gets it back. Sorokovs blast that shot wide. Cleared around the boards. And again held in by Latvia. Bukarts. Back for Sorokovs. Back for Bukarts. Watched by Belov. Dogovins. And Zaitsev got into Dogovins real quick. And it's cleared down the ice.
Great play by Zaitsev, and finally Belov gets this down after 2 chances for Russia to get it out of their zone. They can. It's kept in by Latvia. Finally get it down.
And now Latvia having trouble entering that Russian zone. Good job there by Dmitry Kalinin. And now he loses his stick. It's 5-on-2. Kalinin hustling back. Galvins. Dogovins. Wrist shot wide. Rebound. Back for Dogovins. Couldn't handle the pass. Dogovins wrist shot. That's blocked. As Marchenko blocks another one.
Oh, and the crowd goes crazy now. Is Russia able to kill off that 5-minute penalty now? Just 30 left in the other.
Lead pass in tight. And Zarin shot that over top the net. Belov chops it down the ice. Here comes Telegan. Here comes Merzlikins. And Merzlikins wins the race. And here comes Zarins. Being watched by Lubomov. Sotniks. Redlich. Final minute. And now the dying seconds of the power play. Marchenko couldn't clear. Redlich misses his man with the pass. Sotniak slap shot saves. Bobrovsky power play over.
Oh, the crowd's going crazy, and Sergei Bobrovsky, a big reason they're able to kill off all those penalties. He came up with some key saves, some big ones, and he had a little luck as Dogovins misses an open net, and a great one off Bukarts as he gets back. Makes the first, second save, a little piece of this one, as Zarins was in close. And Sergei Bobrovsky has been perfect in this game and helps his team where they were weak. In the first 2 games, they've been solid here. Their penalty kill coming up big.
A minute 15 of a 5-on-3. It remains 2-0 in favor of Russia. 35 seconds left in period number 2. Skorkovs trying to find some open ice. After it, Dodonov, and Dodonov sends it over to center. Pavlovs will send it back in, gets a bump from Sapachev, and Chudinov has it for Russia, and he might be content to just kill the final 8 seconds of this period.
Well, another good period from Russia and some very good penalty killing by them. Panarin able to score early. They add another and have a 2-0 lead.
Внимание на регламент! Свистайте, братцы, начинаем кричать иногда. Третий период матча группового турнира группа между сборными командами Латвии и сборной командой России. Скажи, Арена, скажи вперед! Скажи, Арена, скажи Россия!
Third period about to get going. 2-0 Russia. Does Latvia have another comeback?
Oh, you would have thought it might have come at the end of that second period when they had a great chance with a lot of power play, some 5-on-3 time, but the penalty kill of Russia comes up big, and because of it, some new Russian leaders in ice time, and Alexei Marchenko, the big defenseman, along with Lubinov, two key penalty killers got the job done. They had 12:35 and 12:52 apiece.
Marchenko did a great job blocking shots. Made a couple other key plays. Third period gets going. Voyanov for Antipin. And Antipin will slip this down the boards. Galvin's back for Latvia. Long left wing pass. Dogovins the wrist shot. And Bobrovsky makes the save.
Dogovins had a great chance in that period. He just couldn't hit the open net, caught the side of it. Bobrovsky was big for Russia. There's now 18 shots his way, and he's been able to stop every one of them. And hoping Russia can hang on. This is a chance for them with 2 days off and with some NHL playoffs possibly ending. An opportunity for Russia to fill their roster. They're waiting to see what will happen in those playoff games.
4 gold medals in the last 8 World Championships for Russia. The last one came in Belarus a couple of years ago. But they had a dry spell from 1993 to 2008 without a gold medal. And there was lots of talk about Russian hockey at that time and what was wrong.
Well, and they had all the pressure for the Olympics on home ice in 2014 at Sochi, and know the disappointment that happened there, and there's some pressure in this one as well.
Lyubimov plays this in behind the net. Yeofe's chased back in behind his own net. And Russia will make a change, and so will Latvia. Sabalskis, Skorkovs, and back for Sabalskis. He'll start the attack for Latvia. Marchenko, as this gets caught up on the dasher board.
I'm gonna call this icing. Did not quite have the red line. Trying to get it, it's gonna come outside. Linesman here shouting instructions, everyone can figure it out. This is going to come back to center ice. So we're not exactly sure what the call is. There's a few of those.
My guess is the linesman, because it took a while to come down. I think the linesman must have felt he got caught up on the netting in behind Sergei Bobrovsky. Dadonov has a goal in his game. So does Panarin, who is out there. Pavlovs picks this off, and Pavlovs back in for Latvia. Marchenko ties him up, and Dadonov down low to help out, up with the puck. Dadonov looking for Sapachev, and Galvins will take it back for Sorokovs.
All 3 of those guys on the line, Panarin, Dadonov, and Sapachev with 3 shots apiece. The only other player that has that many is Lyubimov, as Russia was out shooting Latvia after 2 minutes or 2 periods of play.
Shirokov sends it in, goes in after it, takes a bump, gets it for Burmistrov, back for Shirokov. Pulled and knocked Plotnikov down at the edge of the circle. Burmistrov gets dumped on the play, and Shirokov will go to the penalty box.
I'll go happily as he slams his stick to the ice in a little bit of frustration, but it's right call. Good play by Burmistrov. Lifts the stick, gets puck possession, and tries to spin back. Shirokov gets that stick into the skates of Burmistrov, and could have been a hold, maybe 2. He gets a little bit of a tug on Burmistrov's jersey for the power play for Russia.
Got away with one, never got away with the second one. Ronald Kennens, by the way, not in the lineup for Latvia, suspended for a high hit. And Alexei Emelin, 5 minutes and a game misconduct in the second period on a tripping call. Datsuk plays it back for Anton Belov, and a wrist shot from the line. Boy, can he shoot it. Antipin. And back for Belov. Russia gets a couple of days off after this game. Next up for them, Denmark on Thursday. Pass for Lyubimov got picked off. Good job defensively there by Dogovins. And Antipin is back for it. Here comes Sapachov. Voyanov takes the drop pass, and now Artemi Panarin all the way back at his own end. Now here comes Panarin. In on Galvins, puts on the brakes. Chudinov gets it back for Panarin, finds the seam to Voyanov. Dodonov, and now Sapachov. Off a skate, kept in by Chudinov. Panarin doesn't shoot it. Voyanov doesn't shoot it. Serpachov will, and he missed the net.
All good puck movement all the way around as they like to get it in Panarin's hands.
He has it, and the shot to the short side, and a save there by Merzlikins. Serpachov. Panarin, and that shot got blocked.
Another good stick by Doggovins as he gets to Panarin before he can unleash that shot. Panarin's the main guy they like to go through here on the power play with good reason. There's Sapachov with a real good play back, and Doggovins is going to get back and get his stick there just in time. Galvins was going down to block this shot. Panarin want to get that one play a little bit quicker as we look at Kasper Doggovins, and captain for Latvia.
Marchenko gets it to Lubomov, and his shot got blocked. Marchenko now for Zaitsev. Telegan tried to get that to the front of the net, got blocked, and now the power play is over. Sorokovs couldn't handle it. Here comes Telegan, and Ivan Telegan shot wide. And there's that carom all the way down the ice.
Miss the net. Try and miss it to the short side. You miss that wide side, it usually ends up back in your own end just like it did for Telegan.
Belov rips this one in from center ice. Sorokovs plays it around the boards. Datsuk. Belov. Anton Belov looking for the carom, gets it. And a nice little redirect in front of the net by Dodonov.
Very lively boards. We've seen a lot of them come off from behind the net quickly out front, and defensemen that don't have that shot lane look for that play. Belov does it perfectly.
Voyanov sends it in, knocked down. Latvia, by the way, without Indrasis, he was the recipient of the Alexei Emelin hit, and he left in a lot of discomfort. And now is back. Redirected in front, Doggovins after it. 30-18 the shots now as stolen by Andrasis, and the backhand shot doesn't get through.
Good back check by Antipin, who gets back in time.
Vermistrov bounces this in. Sotniaks. As Russia starts a line change. At center ice, and no further for Besevskis. Dodonov drops for Sapachov. He got knocked down by Edgars Kulda. Crowd didn't like that. You could hear the whistles.
Thought might have been a little bit of a cross check as Kulda extended his arms out.
Panarin. Sapachov waiting for that pass from Dodonov. Dodonov and gets it for Panarin, and the slap shot misses the target. Zaitsev down for Dodonov. He finds Panarin, who fights Sapachov. 3-0 Russia.
We were talking about these three guys and their ability to create. They already had one highlight goal this game. Well, make it two. There's all three of them in on this one again. Just great passing, and Sapachov now with a goal, so all three of them each have a goal in this game. And it starts with a nice play by Zaitsev. He's going to find Dodonov. Dodonov through the seam to Panarin. Panarin to Sapachov. And a little redirect pass. Merzlikins. Just great passing. Good movement. Dodonov the vision. And what a redirect. Nice hands in front by Sapachov. as he's gonna tip that past Merzlikins, and it's 3-0 Russia.
That is a nice goal.
Beautiful goal, the second tic-tac-toe goal from that three.
Belov sends it in, and icing waved off. Telegan trying to center. Latvia. Back with Sorokovs. Now Chudinov takes it for Russia. For Belov. Belov chased back there by Pavlovs. Back for Chudinov. And now back for Anton Belov.
Well, this is the lead Russia wanted to get to. Last time these two teams met back in 2014, it was a 4-1 win by Russia over Latvia, and they have the same 3-goal lead in this one. Still lots of time left, though, as Latvia's been known to come back in their third periods. This time, though, it's a little bit more of a comeback down 3 as Pachov, just a great feed. Panarin in the hands. It starts with Dadonov. He has the vision. They know where each other are. But Panarin, he knows Pachov's coming to the front. No hesitation at all. Puck's on and off his stick. Little pass to the front of that shot pass. And Pachov with a real good redirect.
Our next game here at the Ice Palace is Sweden against the Czech Republic. As those two teams share top spot as of now. Russia will jump to 6 points if Russia is able to hang on to this 3-0 lead. Datsuk make that a 4-0 lead.
Good little move by Datsuk right at the blue line. Floodgates are open now. Latvia won't have an answer. Just too much offense from Russia. Couple of veterans. There's Datsuk, the little move, and then the great feed to Mosiakin. And I'm not sure if this goes off his skate stick as Datsuk goes around Sabolkas. Nice little move, and then what a pass right under the stick. And Mosiakin, a good job adjusting. They are going to take a look at it, but his stick is right there with his skate. So the 37 and 35-year-old for Russia able to combine here. It's Mosiakin's second of the tournament, which I think should count, but we'll wait and see. Is going to head to the penalty box. Maybe a chance for the fans to celebrate twice here on one goal. Tough night for Merzlikins, who kept Latvia in this so long. If you look at all the goals that have gotten by him, maybe the first one by Panarin he'd like back. Other than that, the last three have all been just great passing plays that have opened up. This is all starts there for Sabolsky, the defenseman. Pretty tough to challenge a guy like Datsuk when you go at him that way. He's going to be able to cut to the inside, a little backhand play, and then a great pass to Mosiakin.
And the call on the ice was a goal, so the video evidence would have to overturn that. And I'm not sure there's enough video evidence to do that.
Well, they're going to take their time. Mosiakin looks on and waits. Talking earlier, the success he has had in the KHL. Originally a Columbus trick. Seen a lot of Columbus draft picks. Talked about Merzlikins, who's also one, but Mosiakin was back in 2002. For those wondering what Datsuk's going to go do next year, safe to say I think he's still got it.
Still a nifty little pass there.
Very effective player. Career he has had in the NHL with the Detroit Red Wings. 953 NHL games, 4 Lady Bings, 3 Selkie Awards, 2 Stanley Cups for Datsuk, and it's a great play there to set up what we believe is a goal, but for some reason they are taking a while to find a conclusion. Someone's watching it, he's just listening for the outcome.
I mean, there certainly was not a kicking motion.
Well, he kind of stops and
Yeah.
turns his legs, so that's where the confusion can be. As Mosiakin does indeed, his right skate turns at the last second. That last angle is a little better, but tries to attempt to get his stick there. To me, wasn't his skate. He's trying to maybe get the puck to his stick. But that must be what they are looking at here to see if there was the redirect or the stop motion with his skate. He's trying to explain it to teammate Plotnikov what happened.
Talked about Czech and Sweden, our next game in this rink, as the Latvian head coach looks on. Fans getting impatient. Big game over in St. Petersburg tonight. We'll have Finland against the United States, which will have Austin Matthews against Patrick Laine.
Oh, that's the one a lot of people want to see. Is expected to go 1-2 this year in the draft in June. Austin Matthews has been the favorite to be number one for a long time, the big centerman, but the play of Patrick Laine lately is, caused a little bit of, I guess, more competition, and he's had a great tournament over here, and it is no goal. So Russia up 3-0 now as Oleg Narak will look for an explanation, but they have overruled this goal, say it was a kicking motion. Narak just shakes his head, says okay, maybe. He's okay with it. It took a while and the game will go on.
11:50 left in period 3, and Latvia needing something. Dragovins a shot. Bobrovsky makes the save. Talk about how well Russia's played, and we can't overlook what Sergei Bobrovsky has done in this game.
He's had some big saves, and now Russia's going to take a penalty. It's going to be Burmistrov for interference. He thought the puck was there, but it wasn't. And talked about Bobrovsky, where he's been the best for them was when they were short-handed, and they're going to be again. So a little bit of change of momentum after that goal is disallowed.
Redlich to center no further. So power play coming up. It'll be a roughing call.
Эффективный полнокоровочка, официальная статистика дворца. Дамы и господа, на сегодняшнем матче присутствует 12 145
Russia thought they had a 4-0 lead. The goal by Mosiakin is taken away after a long delay for them to decide that. And now Alexander Burmistrov will take it to roughing call. And he's in the penalty box, so Latvia, another power play chance here. They're looking to get back into this one. It's a little over half left here in the third period. This will be the time to capitalize.
Latvia has had both its games go to extra time. They'll need to solve Sergei Bobrovsky to get something out of this one. And Zaitsev will send this all the way down the ice. Sotnieks is back for it. Burmistrov in the penalty box, fourth power play of the game for Latvia. Redlich. Zaitsev closes in on him. Savalskas back for Redlich. Redlich dishes it off. Back for Savalskas. Sotnieks. Bukarts. And Zarens. Trying to get it in front. Stopped by Zaitsev. And cleared down the ice.
Real good job by Russia, just collapsing. Latvia looking for that perfect play to the front of net. Sometimes you want to get some shots, open it up, maybe spread out the penalty kill of Russia.
Girgensons drops it back in Grasses. And Grasses hearing it from the
Not popular.
from the fans after he left the ice in the second period with what looked like a very serious injury. It got Alexei Emelin tossed from the hockey game. Doggovins plays it back, gets it back from Galvins. Doggovins a shot that got blocked as Chudinov got in front of it, and then it's up into the netting.
Well, good block by Chudinov there at the end. And Doggovins is one of the guys, they need him to get going offensively. As you look at Alexander Burmistrov, the call was at the point, and it was on Doggovins. More of a collision. Questionable call. Won't be the last one we see.
The preceding editorial comment. Face off to the left of Sergei Bobrovsky, who has been very good in this game for Russia. Russia had a minute 15, two-man down late in the second. Chance in front for Girgensons, another save, another shot, another save. Scramble, Doggovins. Back for Galvins.
Just key saves by Bobrovsky at important times.
Pass in front, power play is over. And we are down to 9 minutes. Dadonov in front, backhander and Merzlikins. Big save off Sapachov.
We've seen him go into that splits before, and this time he needed it as the left toe save, and Sapachov with a big hit on Andrasis at the far side.
Andrasis goes to the bench again with a little bit of discomfort. Three-0 Russia. Plotnikov sends it to the front of the net. Pavlov breaks it up. Maya gets to center ice, no further. Pavlov follows up and sends it in. Zaitsev. And Zaitsev gets run into the backboards by Pavlovs. Burmistrov will take a bump, gets it out at center for Shirokov, and then Shirokov gets ridden off by Pavlovs, who's been everywhere on this ship.
Hasn't had much ice time, but maybe trying to get a little bit of energy going here, is get his team motivated. Under 8 minutes left, and they need to get something going offensively.
Sabalskis dishes it off for Sotnieks. Russia trying to go back-to-back with wins. A 6-4 win over Kazakhstan yesterday. Bobrovsky up the boards for Chudinov, and he'll get it for Pavel Datsyuk. Belov takes the Datsyuk pass. Sotnieks chases it back with Mosiakin. Speed through the middle now for Kulda, and Kulda forced to go laterally at the blue line, and that is offside. 7:17 on the clock, and Russia up by 3.
Ребята, мы помним, сегодня 9 мая. Мы помним, что это не только день игры сборной России, это священный день для каждого гражданина Российской Федерации. У вас на картонках изображение Ордена Победы. Братцы, давайте его поднимем здесь. На линии нет!
Russia with a 3-0 lead, and it's been a solid game for them. Their penalty kill has stepped up in this one. Sergei Bobrovsky has been fantastic. So after allowing 7 goals against the team here in the first 2 games, much better here as they've yet to allow one to Latvia.
Victory Day signs here in this building. This is a big day in this area of the world. 71st anniversary. There was a military inspection. President Putin was on hand. Estimated 10,000 military personnel involved in these celebrations today down at Red Square and area. And we say and area because there was hundreds of thousands of people downtown in Moscow today.
Oh, everywhere, walking parades.
Cross ice pass. Zarins is after it. 6.5 left in this one as Russia tries to go back-to-back with victories after an opening loss to the Czech Republic. Stolen and a short side chance there, and that goes wide as Sapachov seems to have found an extra gear here in this game.
Well, they've been very good, and we mentioned that line with Panarin, but Sapachov had a real good chance earlier on a play with him and Donov, and a great save by Merzlikins as he stretches out and splits with the left pad. Then he had to hit on a Drasus. Probably the two best Russian players that aren't in the NHL, Vidam Sapachov and you have Evgeny Dadonov. Both of them always are near among the scoring leaders in this tournament.
Donov did spend some time in the National Hockey League. Artemi Panarin, of course, made the decision, and it turned out to be a very good one for him. Is probably the winner of the Rookie of the Year award in the NHL. Started the discussion again about 24-year-olds being allowed to compete.
Well, until
for
they
the Rookie
change,
of the Year.
yeah, and until they change that rule, he definitely deserves it. The points he put up the year he had is a delayed call now to Russia. I think Panarin deserves the Calder.
And Plotnikov, I think, will get this penalty. So Mezleskis has gone to the penalty box. Merzlikins, rather, has gone to the bench for the extra attacker. And Dogomans to the line and no further.
Well, Russia's not making it easy here to close this game out. They're going to continue to try and head over to the penalty box. This time it's Sergei Plotnikov that's going to go for slashing. The play on the wall. Stick comes out of the hand. And it breaks the stick. That's the call, and usually that's the sign. Understandable. Alex Narok is telling him it was a penalty. Didn't get the support he was expecting from his coach. So a timeout now as Latvia is going to rest its top players.
I think basically Coach Narok said, get over there.
Go. I don't know what the argument was. He slashed the stick, it broke whether you'd like it to or not.
Go to jail, do not collect $200. Just go.
Restov's trying to come up with the right plan and the right combination here for his Latvian club. They're still looking to get one past Sergei Bobrovsky. Artemi Panarin has had a 3-point night. He opened it up for Russia, the one-timer off the Datsik feed. And a great three-way passing, Panarin, Sapachov, Dadonov. Then it's Dadonov, Panarin, Sapachov. As those three, two beautiful passing plays for goal.
Talk about Sapachov, 8 seasons in the KHL for him, and we have another penalty coming.
Delay a game as Zaitsev. Russia wins this draw, and he puts it right out of play. So Latvia's second 5-on-3, this time a minute 55. As Zaitsev, the one draw, they get what they want. The goaltender's out, Merzlikins, so 6-on-3.
Wow. I'm not sure.
I don't know if this is the right call with 5:17 left in the game.
Well, we'll see how it turns out. Galvins. Slap shot wide, short side by Dogomans. Good hustle by Galvins to keep it in. Back for Dogomans. And back for Galvins. Slap shot, Sorokov's. That's blocked by Marchenko. He has blocked a bunch. There's a shot. Bobrovsky got enough of that one. Sorokov's. Back for Galvins. Dogomans mishandled it. Dogomans, the wrist shot. Bobrovsky stopped it. And it gets out. And Russia makes the change, and unable to get out in time was Redlich.
Redlich tried to dive back. Dogovan didn't see him at the far side of the ice as he brings it across the blue line, and Marchenko's been a big part of the penalty kill for Russia. A great block as he goes right down to the one knee, pays the price, but a lot of ice time for him. 17:36 tonight. A lot of that has been shorthanded. The big defenseman.
66 games this year with the Red Wings for the 24-year-old. And it remains 6-on-3 with the netminder Merzlikins on the bench. Zarens forced wide by Voyanov. Sorokovs. Sabalskis tees it up, doesn't shoot it. Burkhartz back for Sabalskis, and crease violation is going to bring the face-off outside the line.
Burkhardt. The Burkhardt's in the crease that's going to bring it out.
Gorkovs is in the
Gorkovs is right there in front, and he is going to get the crease violation. So Russia brings this face-off back outside, and Merzlikins will stay. No, he's going to go back. No, he's not sure what he's going to do. The door is open, but
he's gone to the bench. Says, I'm out of here. Andrasis drops it off at the line. Dogovan's back. Sorokov back for Galvins. Dogovan's kicked away by Bobrovsky. Sergei Bobrovsky has been absolutely brilliant in this game for Russia. Another save by Bobrovsky. Andrasis, Sorokovs, Galvins. Dishes it off. Dogovan's wrist shot, save Bobrovsky. Scramble in front. Voyanov is down on top of the puck.
Well, Voyanov just fell on this. Bobrovsky with a couple saves. Marchenko had another good block. But it's Bobrovsky. Here's the block. It's going to go off Marchenko, and then the right pad of Sergei Bobrovsky. Another good one off the Sorokov's blast from the other side. Voyanov, a great job in front, his body position. As Latvia getting everything they want through to the net in a battle. This is where Voyanov's just going to follow on the puck, and Merzlikins now. It's going to be a delay of game, I think, because they weren't sure they had the goalie in, 6 guys on. Latvia called for delay of game as Andrasis goes to the box.
So it'll be a one-man advantage for Latvia, but only for a couple of seconds. And Russia has killed it off. Redlich shorthanded, and that shot never got through.
No power play now for Russia here to minute and 40.
Panarin puts on the brakes. Finds Sapachev, back for Panarin, in for Dodonov, and the quick shot just went wide. Sapachev, Panarin drives it to the net. Panarin on it again, back for Sapachev. Sapachev into the slot. Chudinov, Panarin to the back of the net, 4-0.
Well, they were up 4-0 earlier, but it got called back. This time they make sure, and it's Panarin with his second of the game. Great feed by Chudinov. Got a feel for Merzlikins, the goalie of Latvia. This is another backdoor play. Good job by Sapachev. He's going to find Chudinov. The fake shot right to Panarin, and Panarin, no mistake. His second goal of the game. His 4th point of the game for Panarin. 2 goals, 2 assists. Sapachev will pick up another one, and Chudinov picks up a point. The line has had a terrific, terrific game.
So So Anton Belov, 4 points yesterday. Artemi Panarin, 4 points today. And our next game here in Moscow will be Sweden and the Czech Republic as they share top spot in Group A.
Interesting to watch that game as Russia felt it. The Czechs in that first game, a little bit of disappointment. They knew they'd get better, and they have. 6-4 was the win in Kazakhstan. They played well. Kazakhstan held into that game because their power play was rolling. And then today, a much more complete game from Russia.
And Russia might be looking for a Swedish victory. And that would help them because they have yet to play Sweden. But taken out at center ice. 2 minutes left to go in this one. And offside called against Russia.
Russia's still looking to fill their lineup, but Panarin, happy that he wasn't injured. Certainly needed him today. And some questions. He had the MRI yesterday, and it was all positive for him and his Russian teammates.
Imagine there was a call from Chicago.
Chicago, probably the Blackhawks would be a little interested about the results.
Chudinov sends it in. Merzlikins will leave it for Girgensons. Long lead pass. Indrasis with Daugavins. Daugavins takes the drop. Bobrovsky makes the save. Anton Belov clears into the final 2 minutes of this one. Artemi Panarin getting pressured from Andersons. There's some of the players who don't get a lot of ice time for Latvia now getting out there in the final stages of this one. Centered in front, Mozyakin. What a save by Merzlikins.
Wow, diving back, Merzlikins able to come up with a huge save on Mozyakin.
Wow. Daugavins will skate this in. Sotnieks to the front of the net, tipped away. Boy, Alexei Marchenko has been outstanding for Russia today.
And they've needed that type of defenseman, especially with Yemlin gone. Marchenko's really been solid for them. Huge on the penalty kill and another great defensive play with his stick.
Up the ice, Skorkovs, and offside against Latvia at the Russian line.
Well, Sergei Mozyakin can't believe it. Here's a look at that save. Wow, Merzlikins in desperation mode, and it's the top hand, his blocker hand that's gonna come down and make the save. This highlight reel stuff from the netminder.
Oh, that's outstanding.
We've seen some real nice plays, some offensive plays. And that one definitely a defensive play here. Bobrovsky just going to elect to hang on to this. As Latvia still pushing here, seeing if they can get one past them.
That's about the only thing that's left to be decided in this contest. Vermistrov out for this face-off with Pavlovs. Maya plays this back at the line. Sorokovs plays it around the board. Skorkovs is there. And he gets rubbed against the boards by Antipin. Vermistrov plays it for Zaitsev. Ahead for Plotnikov. He sends it back for Vermistrov. Galvins is there. And it's back up for Skorkovs. And Plotnikov comes over and rubs him out. And Sergei Bobrovsky picks up the shutout as Russia wins this one 4-0.
Big win for Russia. They got better. They've gotten better every game in this tournament. And now for this host team, their best performance, a 60-minute game. Good in all areas. Power play, penalty kill, 5-on-5.
Победительницы звучит государственный гимн Российской Федерации. Ladies and gentlemen, in honor to the team winner, please rise up for the national anthem of Russian Federation.